So we are here with Bobby from Warrior X CrossFit. He has built up his gym pretty well with his wife, Nikki. And this is where we'll be hosting our 27-hour row. So we're just going to sit here, talk to him a little bit, learn more about him.
Oh boy.
So
Scary.
what's a good first question? How long have you been in the CrossFit space?
CrossFit space. I've been in CrossFit. I first got into CrossFit 2008-ish, 2009, somewhere right along there. And then I took this break and got back into it around 2021.
Okay. What made you get back into it in 2021?
Just realizing that for what I want to do in life and the impact that CrossFit truly has on people, it is a much better modality and methodology than pretty much everything else out there.
So is that when Warrior X CrossFit started?
Well, Warrior X in its infancy actually started as a personal training business, online personal training business. That's when it transitioned into the brick and mortar that not that we have now, because it was much smaller than this when we started. Yeah, into that iteration of Warrior X.
That's so cool. So with Warrior X, you guys also have Workout Warriors.
Correct.
That falls underneath it, which is a nonprofit. So when did that?
So Workout Warriors came around about 18 months ago is when we started that one. And I say I didn't really start that one, my wife did. And that was born out of a necessity for post-traumatic growth. We had both gone through some personal and some relationship issues that were pretty significant. And there was a lot of underlying stuff to that as well. But the short story is we were both on the verge of suicide. And we went through a program called Warrior Path that's really kind of refocused us and taught us how to look forward, be forward thinking. But as we got through that training program, we realized there was a whole lot more work that needed to be done. And Nikki came up with the idea of wanting to continue that post-traumatic growth through fitness, nutrition, and wellness coaching. So she went and got certified as a wellness coach at the University of Health and Performance in Arkansas and brought that back. And that's really what kickstarted the whole thing as far as Workout Warriors Foundation is concerned.
Wow. That's really cool. So I think it's really interesting that you guys took it with what you learned from your own lives and with other people truly needs this. Have you seen growth within yourselves and then with other people?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. With us, what it does, you're a coach, you understand this. The best way to learn something is to teach it.
Yeah.
So the more that we're able to put that into practice and teach other people those techniques, the more it reinforces exactly what we're doing from that standpoint as well.
Yeah. That's so cool. And so you guys have this nonprofit where you're reaching out and you're getting more of a bigger community. Mm-hmm. You guys have also branched off from that as well. So you started with Warrior X, made it a brick and mortar. Then you made Workout Warriors a nonprofit. Now you guys have Coach Eddie coming in with adaptive athletes. So you guys just kind of keep...
We do, and it looks like we're expanding things, but in reality, what we're doing is all of these populations tend to have similar experiences anyway, so there's a lot of similarities there, especially with the adaptive side of things. When we talk about Nikki going through 29 surgeries and being a disabled vet, we talk about Eddie being a disabled vet, my knee surgeries, all of these things that come into play, that's just, being able to adapt the workout to that. But now we start bringing into disabled veterans who have lost limbs. We start bringing in TBIs and cognitive issues, and how that then translates into other populations that maybe didn't have those experiences but still have those same issues. We've got a guy in the gym that had no military experience whatsoever. He's a double amputee because he got hit by a semi. Yeah. Well, there's still that same trauma and that same need to, first of all, coach from a wellness standpoint. That's trauma. Mm-hmm. There's post-traumatic stress that goes with that. So we want to make sure that we're hitting that side with that individual as well, even though there is no law enforcement, first responder, or military experience. There's also a need, obviously, to adapt workouts now because he is a double amputee, one above the knee, one below the knee. Yeah. So all of those populations start to tie together a lot more than if we sit down and just look at it linear, then it's like, oh my God, you guys have expanded all this. it was all there in the first place. We're just recognizing more of it now.
Wow. That's so cool. So what made you guys decide to grow this in Columbia? Were you already here or?
We were already here. So all of my first responder time was done here. Nikki got stationed here in 2018 and then ended up retiring here. And then two of our kids, our youngest two, go to school around here. So that led to that. You've also got the largest military training installation in the United States right in our backyard with Fort Jackson. You've got Shaw Air Force Base. You've got McIntyre. You've got all these other things that are right around here that really kicked off our start as far as Warrior Axe is concerned and what our methodology was behind that. And then they expand that into there's, I think, 14 or 15 different law enforcement agencies, the different fire departments. It also encompasses EMS. So we have that side of things. And then you've got a huge VA center here as well. So all of those things really kind of tied together.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's a great area to do it. I mean, like, just what you just said of where all the bases are and the amount of people that are here with it.
And need help.
It's huge and need help.
Yeah.
So I think what you guys are doing is so cool to be able to continue to reach out to it and like continue to pursue people who do need CrossFit.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And there's those who have been through those different trainings understand when we start talking about that cycle of going from sickness to wellness to fitness, explaining that to people who are experiencing some of those issues, that mental health comes into that, the physical health comes into that. So that it's really been very fulfilling for both of us to be able to do that. Yeah,
that's awesome. And it really, I think CrossFit in of itself, just its methodology going from sickness to wellness to fitness, like as you go through that, it's not just about like the physical capabilities, but when you do learn your physical capabilities and you get to see progress within yourself, like it branches off into every single piece of your life. Like if I know that I can be disciplined enough to wake up and go to class at 9 a.m. every single day, I know that I can show up to other places in my life. If I know that I can, like, if I've learned that I can move a certain way, I mean, I'm not an amputee, I'm a capable body, I'm a competitive athlete, but like, when you learn that you can move a certain way, you learn so many other things about yourself. I'm like, oh, maybe I can drive a car. Oh, maybe I can figure out different ways of doing everyday life things without help.
And that was the basis of CrossFit from the get-go.
Yeah.
Right? Functional movement, like we talked about, constantly very functional movement performed at intensity. Well, that functional movement side is just that. How am I going to help people improve their quality of life? And it doesn't matter what their background is or what their physical capabilities are. I want to make sure that we are improving their quality of life. Back to the W amputee. How do we make sure that he is becoming more independent? And he's a very independent guy anyway. But we have people in here who have been through very traumatic car wrecks, quite literally put together like Humpty Dumpty and put together crooked on top of that.
Yeah.
Well, their sole goal was to not go to assisted living, to be able to get off the floor by themselves in case they fell. Well, we've helped them get to that position. So those are all of those things going from, yes, just that simple. How do I get off the floor? To someone like you who is a competitive athlete and still improving quality of life as far as that's concerned. So that's why we did this. And then the community that comes into that as well. That is one of the biggest things. And you can hear it in the background right now. Right? And this is nothing more than people just setting clean records. And if you take a look at what was over there, and I know you guys can't, but if you take a look at what's over there, we have athletes of all kinds of different athletic backgrounds. We got people who have never picked up a barbell over there right now. And people who are competitive athletes. So that's the cool part about it, is bringing all that together, having that support structure, and going to exactly what you were just talking about, is improving that quality of life and having a bunch of people around to help you do it.
Yeah. And I think that's where we came in too, because so like Nadia and I, we wanted to find something within Columbia of itself. I love it here. I just moved here, but I love it. And mainly because of like the population here. No matter where you go, you find just great people. Who
Southern hospitality.
It's a real thing.
It is.
I'm from Minnesota, so we get like the passive aggressiveness.
Absolutely, I understand.
They will hold the door open for you, but
you're going to get a dirty look at it. If you,
Or here, they'll just sit and wait. and Nadia has been here for a long time. So it was awesome to be able to find a gym like yours where it's like, hey, you guys are really pursuing something bigger than yourselves within just your community, and like continually branching out, to pull more people in to see what CrossFit is. And I think when we found out that you guys have one of two coaches within South Carolina of itself that can do adaptive athletes. And then you guys are starting to build that community up even more, outside of just your workout warriors, but just people who need it. Yeah. I think that was a big part of why we wanted to continue to push into this fundraiser
and we truly appreciate it, because I think, and it's not something I'd ever thought of. So I'm glad that, and we're always looking for something like that. We want to broaden our horizons. Nikki and I will never be the ones to tell you that we know everything. That's not, no, we're learning every day, and we want to continue to do that. And helping expand does that. You're bringing in different mindsets and different perspectives and all of those things that really help a community grow. And that's the biggest thing. What kind of impact can we make on our community? Yeah. We spent the vast majority of our adult lives serving the community, whether that was from a country standpoint or a local standpoint. And we just want to continue to do that. That's what is fulfilling for us. And, it's really kind of our sense of purpose in life, is to continue to give back to our community. And in this case, instead of physically protecting it, it's helping people learn to move better and protect themselves, whether that's falling down, getting up, carrying their groceries, walking their dog, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Well, we're really glad we're here. I'm glad you guys are here too. Glad you're here too. Really build up this community. So I'm excited to move forward with this fundraiser. Absolutely. And kind of see where it goes. It's going to be a good time. It'll be fun. 27 hours of rowing. We'll just put up some cots. Absolutely. No, look, these rigs are spaced out just perfectly that you can hang a hammock. Perfect. In between them, see? We'll get some. It's like we thought through this. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for talking with me today. Awesome. Appreciate it. Appreciate